Hey all, and welcome back to my little corner of the internet again. Today I'm going to look at a different technique shown to me by a person in a group which I'm currently learning some techniques off to recolor images, and the name is D Mahal. I'm not going to say he or she is the creator. Apologise if I've got that wrong. But they are the one that definitely introduced me to the technique with this small caption they've shared between us in order to be able to um, do this technique. Um, it's great it's given us our example colors here. We can use our pipettes and get these colors nice and quickly. Basically, I'll say laid instructions. I'm just going to help you convert these into the program we use, so you can go ahead and experiment with a technique within the free environment of Krita. Um, I believe she's set up the environment for Photoshop, so you can go ahead and just use her commands to actually physically do that. I'm going to leave those up for a few more seconds. Let me just expand this for you. Okay, so we'll leave that up for a few more seconds. As I say, the accreditation does go to them and not me. So here's from the top. And I'm going to slowly increment it down. I'll try and make this file available as part of the thumbnail as well, so you can get a full look at it. But we're going to go over it anyway, so it's not too important that you see absolutely everything that's there. So I've never used this method before, so I'm learning just as much as you guys here, and I'm hoping that will come across. But first off, what we're going to need is we're going to need an image, a black and white image of a person. We're applying some skin techniques, so we want to see what is skin tone in the image that we choose. So let's have a quick look through. Could use this one, use the eye technique we explored in the previous video. So look for something with a bit of skin tone in it. I think actually we will take that eye with all that extra skin tone around it, because we're going to get some deep shading, and it's matte tolerant photography. There you go. So there's his images there. So we're just going to use this image as an example. I have checked that it's labeled for reuse, so that looks all good. Looks like we can use the image. I'm going to paste into a new image here, so we've got the actual image itself. So let's take a look at the set of instructions we're given. The base color I actually apply by hand, but the next four colors I use solid color to avoid having to apply each color by hand at the end of it all. You should use 5 individual layers displaying 5 above colors. Feel free to play around with any blending modes you wish. Just remember, the blending modes and colors you choose may vary from photo to photo. And then it gives us a list of how to apply it. You will apply the next 4 colors using solid color. So I'm thinking what is meant by this method is this. I apologize if I've got this wrong, please let me know. So I'm going to select my pipette tool. I'm going to go ahead and grab that color, flip back to this image. So she's saying she applies I'm saying she. I apologize if I'm wrong. I'm just gonna say she for now. I apologize if I am wrong. Okay, so what she's saying is she applies this color by selecting the skin color. Oh, I've just gone ahead and changed that. I want to use her colors. I'm sorry, so used to habit of using my own colors. So this is the color she gives us as a base. We've got this down like this, and then we're gonna. Oh, there's a undo that. We forgot to go ahead and create another layer. So we're on that layer, and we're just going to again, this is not about accuracy. This is just exploring the technique that she's showing here. So this is the one she's drawing in by hand. This is going to go absolutely everywhere. Is what she's saying. She wants this everywhere. Okay. So you're going to check out how to pick out more and more of these details. You go to the other that I've got there. Yeah, we know this bit's darker than the rest. Should we do that? Actually, we shouldn't, should we? Let's get rid of those darkening tones and just apply base color. Sorry, I keep going into my own technique. I apologize, but we don't want to do that. So let me just flip this from this type to an ink. So now we pick on a solid color layer. This will apply better. Okay, so we've got this first layer here, and the second layer is that's a soft light layer apparently. So just change that soft light. Okay, so you can see it's adding a small amount of tinge to the actual color, and then she says we've got another layer here which is created a soft light layer again, but I believe this layer is solid. So we're going to take this, we're going to say we want the blue. So I believe what she's saying by a solid layer is the fact that she wants to create this whole thing blue and then use this as a mask essentially in order to apply to the other layers, which is a good technique. I'm going to take this. Now we're applying solid color here, she says, so I'm assuming this is what she wants. Now obviously I'm assuming we'd miss out the eye here, but solid color this, and then solid color this, and layer, a brush, okay, solid layer that, and the next layer, that one, back to this one, a new layer, now solid color again, oops, let's edit, undo freehand brush stroke, got to go ahead and select the color selector, we're going to select that color, go back to this image, switch to our brush, and paint it on, there we go. Excellent. Sweet. Okay, so one more layer, which is this a yellowish layer here. So select our color picker, select that color. With our new layer, make sure we got our brush like that over the top. Okay, so what we've done there is we've just quickly made the layers, and now what we need to do is go back and change the settings. So this is set to normal, and this one should be set to soft light. So we've set that one to soft light. The next layer, which is red, should be set to an overlay. So we're going to go down here, we're going to play. And then the next one should be set to overlay. So we're going to go to here, and we're going to go down to overlay. And then the last one should be set to multiply. So here, and we'll go down, and we'll go multiply. Okay, so this is what we actually end up with. And obviously, adjusting the opacity on these layers, there we go, is going to create different skin tones, allow you to adjust different amounts. And don't forget, if you set all these inherent to the next alpha, which is the layer below, what we should see is the eye cleanup. Oh, it doesn't within Krita, that's in Photoshop. Oh, it will do if I group them together. I forgot about that. Right. But that's a different story for a different chapter. But you can see the technique very easily. I would probably copy the previous layer and place a mask upon that layer once I've selected the area that I want to be skin toned, rather than just doing the complete overlay myself. But I do approve of the technique. Actually, I think that's really good, really useful. So thank you again to Dima Hall for pointing that out to us. That's great. We really can adjust the hue settings there and create a lot of different skin tones and quite realistic ones too. And I like the way it picks up the shadows and the other techniques involved. There's almost a sonata image, age newspaper if you think of it that way. So yeah, if we went into these individual layers, I think we could then go ahead and delete where the eye is to remove the different colours that we wanted to allow another colour to be placed in the centre if you were recolouring that. But that's not skin tone anyway, so we wouldn't necessarily be colouring that. That is a really good technique, and I thank you for sharing it. So yeah, if you like the videos, like and subscribe to the channel. Drop any questions in below. I will try and answer them if I can. So yeah, thanks for joining me again, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye bye.